Hey guys, I'm Riley Bowman, Director of Training with ConcealedCarry.com, and today I want to take a few moments and talk to you about tips for gripping and shooting a gun with a small grip. To do that today, I'm going to be demonstrating a lot of this with a 6-hour P938, which everyone recognizes as being a pretty small gun, particularly has a relatively short grip. One where I'm really only able to get these two fingers here, where normally I would get my pinky on a full grip. So this is a common firearm, and there's many others like it, even a P365 with the standard flat magazine, or the new Hellcat from Springfield Armory, or even some of the, like Glock 43 is going to have a similar thing where we have a short grip and we're not able to get maybe that full grip. So a common complaint we hear from shooters about shooting these is, well, I can't get my pinky on the grip, so my grip and my shooting is a lot less effective than it otherwise normally would be. I actually think that you can still develop a very good, solid, strong grip, one that doesn't slip and one that allows you to maintain good control even with these small guns in your hand. So here are some basic tips for how to do that. All right, so first, when I'm building my grip, I start when I'm mating the hands together. When the hands are coming together in front of my chest, I use kind of this Judy chop approach, similar to like what Mike Seeklander and a few other instructors teach. So this hand comes under here and hits underneath the trigger guard and right in front of this middle finger on my shooting hand, right there, okay? Then the hand's gonna rotate around behind where these fingers begin digging into the knuckles of my shooting hands. So then what I'm doing is I'm anchoring and keeping those fingers anchored into the back side of the knuckles on the shooting hand, and the support hand meaty part of the palm is going to wrap around, and I'm trying to get as much of that in contact with really even the back of the grip a little bit. All right, so a lot of times shooters will tend to put the meaty part of the palm just on the side panel, but the further back I can get this, the more it's going to allow me to get opposing force between where those fingers are here and where the meaty part of the palm of my hand is on the support hand. So the more we can get that opposing force, then I can really bury the palm of the hand into the grip. You'll note that on the P938, this edge of the grip panel, is a perfect place for me to really try to bury that palm of the hand into that. It's a bit of an edge, and I can really gain a lot of grip control by anchoring into that. Now, in order to ensure we get that good meaty contact with this area of the grip on a small pistol like this, and this is actually true of even when I'm drawing and building my grip on a bigger pistol, but it becomes especially important on a small gun like this, because I really don't have a lot to grab onto here. If this thumb gets in the way at all, it's going to interfere with me being able to get all that contact that I really need to achieve. So when we are grabbing, drawing, beginning that initial gripping with the shooting hand, we need this thumb flagged up high and out of the way. The reason for that is it opens up all this space. On this particular gun, with the hammer and everything like it is, my thumb's actually going to go kind of over top the hammer. All right, that's a great thing to do even when we're reholstering with a hammer fired gun, because it's a little bit, of an added layer of security on the reholster. But here it makes a lot of sense to do that because it opens this all up so that I can build that grip, get all that contact and that opposing force I'm looking for. And then the final thing, as I'm still finishing the extension, is this thumb just going to swing over and rest on the thumb of the support hand. And you'll see that it's going to just swing over, so we're nice and clear from the slide. All right, so again, as I'm extending, the grip is building. So we got that Judy chop, fingers anchoring, palm comes around and buries itself into the grip, and then that thumb comes and rests here. All right, so that's a really critical piece, or you're going to struggle doing all these things I'm talking about, because this thumb will get in the way of you achieving that optimum grip. All right, let's talk about the pinkies, because this is a common complaint. So obviously I have no pinky finger support, and even this pinky finger isn't going to do a whole lot for me. At least that's what we think. So the one thing here is that obviously I'm going to have to rely more on these two fingers to grip the front strap of the grip. The pinky here is going to fold underneath, and then the support hand pinky is going to also end up wrapping kind of underneath and bringing all of that together. Yes, there's not a whole lot for it to hang on to, but we're gripping just the same way as we normally would and locking all those fingers down and clamping down tight, particularly with that support hand. So really what I end up with is pinky finger underneath the magazine, and this pinky finger is wrapping down and around and anchoring all of that in place. So I have these two fingers up here and then wrap around going underneath the grip, okay? So that's what I'm shooting for when I'm building the grip with a small gun like this. This works very well on my P365s or on a lot of these other smaller guns out there, the Glock 43, which is, you know, a little bit of a challenging gun to shoot. So again, what are we looking for? Let's get those fingers anchored into the back of the knuckles on the shooting hand, bring this palm around and anchor it on the opposing side as much into this edge on the grip as much as possible. It's going to make a huge difference for you. Finally, one other thing, I also tend to think in terms of trying to apply some forward pressure with the shooting hand and then equally pulling. So while I'm also squeezing and anchoring this all down on the opposing sides of the grip, but I'm also going to be applying some pulling to the rear pressure, some rearward pressure on the front side of the gun. So I'm pushing and pulling, which whether you shoot Weaver, whether you shoot isosceles, you're going to be able to accomplish that. So nice, strong opposing grip strength, and then a push and a pull on the front and back straps of the gun. It's going to make a huge difference in your control on a small micro compact like this. All right, let's put some rounds down range and let you see how it works in practice. As you can see right there, it's all still anchored tightly together. Nothing has really moved. And again, I'm looking to get that meaty part of the palm really anchored in there on that edge of the grip. If you don't have grip handles like this P938 has, you know, just looking kind of for that back corner or the back edge, just somewhere in that region, because it's going to be directly opposite of where my fingers are on the other side. And just clamping down with a very solid grip pressure, it's going to make a lot of difference.